personally think that so much of our tech peers and vendors talk only about um, operational efficiencies when in fact technology must be used for growth opportunities as well. There's so many operators and owners as Simon members that are aggressive about their growth plans. And that could be in a vertical, it could be in a geography. But one of the things we always talk about with our prospects and customers is if you add a portfolio or you add a site, are you always going to add a site, add a person, add a truck, add a site, add a person, add a truck? And so that's probably not the best way to scale in all cases. And you'll want to force yourself to look at technology options to help you scale your business profitably. And we think View is one of those ways to do that, but there are others. And so think about how you want to expand and the different technology tools that you might use to do that in an efficient way. I thought I'd just maybe take a step back for a minute and just sort of address the obvious question about why does this topic really matter? Maybe if things are already going well for you. Well, one of the reasons is weather is potentially becoming very unpredictable. And you see this radar on the left side of the screen that should be familiar to all of you, where we have a little bit of the rainbow effect happening here, where we have rain, we have ice, we have snow. And so same thing on the right. Both pictures, I think, are of the Northeast near Boston, where is it going to rain? Is it going to snow? Is it going to stick to the surface? And so understanding through remote observations what's happening across your portfolio is critical to getting your response right. Now, what about your team? Does a technology-centric department help you retain or recruit talent? I don't know. It may not, but it's certainly something to consider. And to that point, number two, if it is, and if it does, can it help supplement a labor shortage where it's difficult and competitive to attract and retain talent? Maybe technology is one of the only ways you can continue to support growth. And then it should allow you to make reliable operational decisions from anywhere. With our technology at View, I hear so often that people are consuming the data that we're providing on the couch at night and able to share that information when not at the office. And that's difficult to quantify what that might save you. It certainly gives you some peace of mind rather than having to load up and drive around. Just a few things to consider about why this matters and how it could help your teams. Now let's talk about some of the options available these days, because there's no shortage of them, and I'm not going to cover them all. I'm just going to give you a few that I'm particularly familiar with. And so half of View's business is on the state and local government, and state and local government rely on things that are called road weather information systems. These are these big stations you see along the highway or at airports. There's also mobile weather sensing options, and I'm starting to see some of these technologies come into this commercial space now, which I think is a great tool to have. I also certainly hear about CIMA membership companies using, I'll call them consumer grade wireless or solar cameras, things that you can buy on Amazon or at Best Buy. And there are certainly pros and cons to that kind of equipment, but that's an option. And certainly software tools like weather forecasting, almost everyone uses. I don't think I'll share it today, but oftentimes I'll share an Apple Weather versus reality. So the weather forecasting software partner you choose, certainly you'll want to do some diligence on. Um, there are more and more IoT and wireless sensors that are becoming available both on truck and at site. And then things like dash cameras. There's certainly a number of companies, one of which I'll talk about in a minute, that are offering awesome insights using AI and computer vision and GPS tracking that inform where your business is operating and how efficient it's operating. So there's a lot there's a lot that you're faced with in terms of choices for tech. Let me just dive into a couple quickly. View robotics is kind of fits into that category of sensor, but also camera at the same time. Where you can see here on the left, our camera system is about the size of a small shoebox, and we can install these things in 10 minutes. You can also move them to off-season sites if you do construction or hardscape or landscaping. And then we pair that with AI and insights and text so you can be informed without having to watch our dashboard. So this is one example. I love this example. A company we admire is a company called Samsara, who many know. And I've seen examples of this in our industry here at SIMA, where Samsara will alert you to distracted drivers. I've seen an example where Samsara sent an alert for a driver that was dozing off. And so these kind of technologies will not only get better meaning there'll be more features, but they'll also, hopefully, the price drops as more competitors enter the market and this type of tech becomes more accessible to small, mid, and large contractors.